se è
incollato,
nel posto dove deve rompere il ritmo a Marc Marquez, non gli deve dare possibilità di gestire la gomma.
Marc Marquez, vediamo qua c'è un confronto con dentro una scia che porta Bagnaia anche ad affrontare una staccata per un tentativo di sorpasso, stacca profondissimo Bagnaia, vediamo se la chiudono tutti e due, bello cucito al cordolo Bagnaia che riesce a prendere la posizione su Marquez, ricordiamo.
93 for Marc Marquez. Alex Marquez got away well too from second on the grid. Maverick Vinales immediately trying to find a way through on the KTM on the inside of Fabio Quartararo. Contact there between Alex Marquez and Marc Marquez, and out of nowhere Frankie Morbidelli pinches the lead on the VR46 Ducati.
Definitely saw some bodywork falling off, and it looked red. Bright red. Yeah. It was off Marc Marquez's Ducati, so it's Frankie Morbidelli that leads from Marc Marquez and Maverick Vinales. Alex Marquez is in fourth place. Quartararo a loser off the line. He's down to sixth.
Was it one of those sort of dinosaur teeth on the back of Marc Marquez's factory Ducati that got dislodged? It was clear at contact as Quartararo's going the wrong way here from that rare front row start. Third place in the factory Yamaha. He's already been pushed back to sixth.
Yeah, we're trying to get a good look at the tail of Marc Marquez's bike. Look on the right hand side as we look, and I think one of those little dinosaur wings is missing.
Not just your sets, ladies and gentlemen. Frankie Morbidelli leads a Grand Prix for the first time in nearly 5 years. The last time he did it, Valencia, all the way back in 2020, but he took full advantage of that early contact between the two Marquez brothers, and Morbidelli almost half a second clear was former double MotoGP world champion P6 on lap 2.
And he'll be delighted to find out that it's one of his good friends, Frankie Morbidelli, who leads. So this is what it looks like. We're about to ride straight into the rear of Marc Marquez's bike. There's the contact, and there you can see one of the, on the right hand side as you look, one of those two little fins on the right hand side as we look at Marc Marquez's Ducati flies off.
Finding his way through on Alex Rins. Morbidelli it is though, they've still got quite a comfortable buffer at the front of this Grand Prix as Johan Zarco ascends it on the inside of Fabio Quartararo in that battle between the two Frenchmen. Zarco
He's gone past his fellow Frenchman Quartararo, who's now got Aldeguer for company.
Different class again, isn't he, Zarco? Aldeguer, that's a dive bomb on the inside of Quartararo. He picks up the 2021 MotoGP world champion. Aldeguer believes...
When he spoke on the grid once again in that second sector, Marc Marquez losing 3/10 to Morbidelli as Gian Antonio now takes Alex Marquez. So both Marquez brothers having tricky starts to this race, largely because of running into each other. It's now a VR46 1 and 3, and Morbidelli's lead is now over 1 second.
There's more contact, huge contact. There's bodywork there lost for Alex Marquez. Well, he's already tangled with Marc Marquez in this Grand Prix. Fabio the Gian Antonio coming up by far the worst of that big contact. The Gian Antonio had just muscled his way through into the top three. Two VR40 Rossi on site here in Qatar. Just caught the back end of that. We're going to try and see a replay to see exactly what happened. Was that Marquez? What is not up for any doubt is Alex Marquez plunges back to 8th place, and the Gian Antonio, having been 3rd, is now 21st on the road.
And Pecco Bagnaia is already into the podium places and 1 place behind his teammate Marc Marquez. It might all be coming up 63 now, as it did in Austin a couple of weeks ago. Pecco Bagnaia could not have dreamt of a better first few laps than this.
We're on board then with the Gian Antonio. Into turn 12 we go, and slamming into the side of Digia goes Alex Marquez. Quite rightly, the FIA MotoGP stewards are looking at that one. Alex Marquez puts his hand up. I think Fabio he put his hand up straight away to the Gian Antonio. So the streak of second places surely coming to an end for the 73. Irresponsible riding. He's got a trip through the long lap penalty loop coming his way.
Balance of power about to shift here between the two factory Ducatis. Pecco Bagnaia breezes through on his teammate Marc Marquez up into second place, and Pecco Bagnaia will not be able to believe his eyes the way this Grand Prix is going on. We're on lap 5. He's ahead of Marc Marquez into second place, and he's only got Frankie Morbidelli up the road.
How much is that damaged rear aero impacting Marc Marquez's early challenge here in this Grand Prix of Qatar, or is he just content to try and conserve some tyre life? He said himself, I don't think anybody saw this scenario emerging. Pecco Bagnaia easing his way through on Marc Marquez on this 5th lap of 22.